Hello, everyone. How is your week going? I sincerely hope you are having a great week so far because mine, however, has been off to a very, very shaky start this week. It's July 22nd, and as you can tell, it is not my normal Monday video drop day. If you saw my post Monday, you would have saw that I am dealing with a bad case of vertigo, unfortunately. Why did I get vertigo, you may ask? Well, I get migraines if I'm under too much stress, and the migraines are, the vertigo is migraine induced, and not always, but about 50% of the time. So, yes, I do get, unfortunately, if I get the migraines, here come the vertigo with it. Why was I under too much stress? Well, for the first time in the 3 months that I've been on this weight loss journey, I had one of my trauma triggers put center stage right in front of me. So what happened? How did I handle it? Good question. I will tell you all about what happened, how I handled it, where I failed, where I succeeded, and what I think I could have done differently, all in this weekly video update. Weekly update. It's Kayla's weekly update. Intro song. I'm sorry. I don't have an intro. I don't have flashy little film reels and a song because I'm not that fancy. So I made one up. If it gave you the ick, let me know in the comments. I'll never do it again. I promise. Okay, now that stuff is over and done with, weekly update. The number one question you guys are probably wanting to know is, yes, I'm in my PJs. I'm so sorry about that, and I know that probably gives some of you guys the major icks, but to be totally honest, I am just lucky that I got up, brushed my hair, and put some makeup on for this video because my head still hurts. My stomach is still like turning three different ways at the same time. Didn't even know I could do that. And I am still just feeling absolutely awful. I may be upright, but I still have the vertigo positional. So if I lay down and try to like turn over in my sleep or not, I get the tilt-a-whirl experience like you would not believe. The medicine just won't seem to get rid of it this time. Normally the meclizine works really, really well. But this stuff is like the vertigo that never ends. It don't want to leave. So yes, I am super sorry if the PJs offend you. I had absolutely no motivation to get up and feel any more normal than what I managed to get the strength up to do. So yes, the video is in PJs. Sorry. Number 2, if you have seen in my shorts this week, you will notice that I have added new leg machines to my workout. And wow, have they been a game changer for me. I started the leg extension machines by the advice of my Planet Fitness coach at my gym. And I was talking to him about wanting to strengthen my knee muscles and how bad of a problem stairs were for me anyway. I thought this leg extension machine was going to be so easy. At least it looked easy, but wrong-o. I felt that burn with just the first 2 sets. I mean, that just goes to show you how weak my knees actually were. He also put me on leg curls, which if you've never used these 2 machines before, this second one is pretty much the opposite of the leg extensions. I mean, you're just making the bar go down instead of up. This machine pretty much put me to shame like more than the first one. I mean, at least the first machine was set to 10 pounds. This one, I had to set it to just pushing the weight of the bar down. That's literally how much I was feeling the pull in the back of my legs, especially right under my knees. I had really no leg strength. I added the hip abductors and the hip flexors to my routine as well. My trainer didn't suggest them. I put them in myself because your girl wanted them because they work your inner thighs and your booty. And those are the two major areas I really wanted to fix. These two I did so much better on weight-wise. I had them both set on 55 pounds, so I didn't feel like such a weenie on these machines. For arms, I added new weights to my routine. I added kettlebell exercises. And let me tell you, kettlebells are my new favorite thing. You can do so many awesome exercises to tone and build muscle with these babies. I loved it so much. I went to Dick's and bought a 10-pound kettle for my house. It's now my goal to have a little mini home gym in our spare room, and well, mini gym / YouTube studio. Obviously I need to work on that too, because yeah, you've seen the background when I talk to you guys, and it is just bare walls with that horrible ugly 70s striped wood. So yeah, we're changing both of it. So all in all, it has been a good week. At least Monday through Friday was. I have lost 2 inches around my chest, and I've lost 3 around my stomach. So that's a huge yes. Yay! And I am 30 whole pounds lost now, and went from 260 to 230, and I cannot wait to see the 220s roll around, and then the 2 teens. I just seriously am so happy to see that 230 mark and realize that I have hit 30 whole pounds in 3 months. That's a lot. At least for me it is. That's a lot. It's with my thyroid and my diabetes and my lack of motivation and exercise whatsoever. It was so hard for me to lose weight. It really was. I'm just really, really grateful to be that far down, and I can't wait to see what the next month brings, because I really hope to be in the teens, the 200 teens, when I take my daughter to the fair at the end of August. And I really, really hope I make that, because it'll make running around that hot, nasty fair so much easier. We'll see what I get, but I am very excited with the whole outcome of this month. And the next thing that I did this week was I climbed up Mount Moria. No, not the one from The Hobbit, even though it does sound like something Gandalf named. This Mount Moria. So this is what I'm going to be walking up. There's a road that goes right through there. Can't see it because of the trees, but that's what we're going to be walking up. This is a good shot of it. But that's where we're going, and that's what we're going to do. Now that is one heck of a view. You can see everything from up here. That's gorgeous, and this was worth the walk. Definitely. So let me tell you, seriously, our house is at the bottom of that hill, and I have wanted to climb that sucker for I don't even know how long. And I took my husband. That's kind of why I didn't film going up the hill, is because my hubby is like an absolute I don't want in that camera. I want nothing to do with that camera. Don't put that camera anywhere near me. He absolutely hates being on film. He's a very shy person. He's total opposite of me. That's kind of why we mesh together so wonderfully, is because where I lack, he has an abundance, and where he lacks, I have an abundance. It's a good thing. So yeah, I'd have to be like raking in $1 million on YouTube like every year before he would be like, oh, well, maybe I should get into this. Because the public stuff like that, it's absolutely not his arena at all, and that's okay. So I didn't film that. I only filmed getting at the top and what it looked like, and then, you know, filming at the bottom so that we could enjoy our walk together and our time together, because we don't have a lot of time together. He works a lot and I work a lot at home, and since he is on the opposite schedule as me, it's our days off are kind of special to us when it comes to time spent together. So yeah, if he goes on it with me, which I would absolutely want more than I would want to film it, I'll leave the phone in my pocket for that one. I was so happy to literally get up that hill. I did have to stop several times. I think maybe a good five or six, and stop and rest and complain that this is too high. But every time I'd look back down and I'd be like, I can do this. I can do this. Look how far I've came, where I am now from where I was down there. And it made it so I was like, okay, I can keep going. I can keep going. And I pushed. I was like, don't be a weenie, Kayla. Get up there. Don't be a weenie. And I got all the way to the top, and wow, did that feel so good. I mean, literally, the sense of accomplishment is a far better high than any drugs, kiddos, any drugs. Seriously, dopamine is so much better when it's earned. Anywho, that's what I did this week. Those are the things that I've done, the progress that I've made, and the new things that has happened that I'm super excited about. Now, I owe you a story, because Monday through Friday, I did awesome. And I was like, I was killing it. And I was excited. And then Friday night, I got some news I didn't want to hear. And I am not going to be, just so everybody knows, not going to be one of those YouTubers where, like, if bad things happen in my life, or like drama or stuff that people do, I'm not going to put that right out there and hang my dirty laundry everywhere. Those things I'm going to handle privately, and whether it be through like therapy and realizing what these people have done, how it hurt and stuff, and like with my past stuff that has made me want to do the destructive choices that I have done to ruin my health. I'm not going to just like advertise that stuff. I will tell you what happened. I'm not going to drop names. I'm not going to drop places. I'm not going to do those things because, well, it's YouTube, guys. I love talking to you guys, and I love making these progressions, and I love seeing these videos, and I love seeing who I get to motivate, and that's what I want to do. But it is YouTube, and the stuff you put out there can get back to other people, and if those people are toxic and they find out that the stuff they do is now being blasted on YouTube, you know, it's going to make it like that much more worse for you in your life. So you don't blast your kids' medical stuff. You don't blast. There are certain things you just don't do, and the dirty laundry I am not going to just put out there for anybody to read or to hear. So with that, this is going to be the version of it without all the tea. Sorry. But I did have an event that came up that required me to be there because it was a family event. And because of that, there were certain people that were going to be there that are very toxic to me and my family and to my marriage. And I'm being very nice when I say they're toxic. That's a nice way of putting it. And they have literally, they literally caused my depression spiral. So being around them is well, I can tell you that in my past I have been in abusive relationships and with boyfriends when I was a lot younger. Who doesn't matter, when doesn't matter, but I had been in them. And the fear that I felt when I had to spend time with this person in a family event caused the same fear that would grip me when I realized, sorry, there was an ad, when I realized that my boyfriend was going to come home and he was in a bad mood and I was going to be the instrument that he took that anger out on. That fear was this same type of fear that I would feel when I realized that I had to spend time with this person that was actively trying to destroy everything good in my life. So, yeah, the fear would be bad, and I would start thinking about it, and I would start dwelling on it, and then everything would make me mad, and I would start snapping at everybody, and for no real apparent reason, because I was so worked up and so, like, I guess you could say triggered that I was going to have to deal with this, and my anxiety was so high that everything bothered me. I mean, you could ask me what I wanted to eat, and I'd be like, I don't know, stop. And those things of what made me run to comfort food. Anything that would help me self-soothe, I would run to it. And so I realized that this was going to be a big event, and it was going to put a lot of pressure on me since I'm snapping at everybody already. So the first thing I did was I had to stop. I was like, okay, full stop. What am I doing? I'm just freaking out. Like literally in my head freaking out. What am I going to do? And the first thing I thought of was go to the gym. Go to the gym, get on the treadmill, walk it off, and put it on an incline. Do whatever you got to do. Get all hot and sweaty. Just work it off. And that worked at first. Friday and Saturday, that worked. I would go to the gym and I would just walk. And I was really killing it. Friday. But Saturday came and Saturday night, it got pretty bad. And I couldn't sleep. The migraines came. And yeah, you know migraines and me. So I knew this wasn't going too well, and I tried again to go to the gym, and I only made it for like 30 minutes, and I was just barely like at a 2.5 walking. So I wasn't walking fast, and all I could think about was that on the treadmill, and I wasn't blowing anything off, and I had no motivation. So Sunday morning came, and I went there, same thing. It's not working. What am I going to do? So I came home and the event was going on, not at my house, obviously. I came home. I had to go to the event. It was going on, and that person, no gender, no names, it was there. And it's just like, I don't know if I can call it PTSD because I haven't really been evaluated for that, but I mean the flashbacks came, and all I could think about was the stuff that had hurt and the things that was bothering me. And I did cave because all the family brought food. food, more food. And I did eat 2 pieces of cheesecake, and I'm sitting here in the second one eating it and feeling sorry for myself, and it finally hit me, and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm sitting here, I'm putting myself through misery, I'm dealing with somebody I don't want to deal with. It's obviously making my mental health frazzle all to pieces. What am I doing? I'm sitting here eating my sorrows away like I always do. And so I got up and left. I was like, fine. My fight or flight kicked in, and I just left. I was like, no, not dealing with it. And I went home, and I grabbed my dumbbells, and I grabbed my kettlebells, and I put on TV from YouTube some kettlebell exercises, and I went at it. And I found so many awesome exercises, and I found out that blowing off steam with the kettlebells really did help, because now that it dawned on me, I'm like, okay, I'm being self-destructive. I'm going right down the toilet. I am blowing it. I'm like eating cheesecake. Come to think of it, I did eat 1 piece of pizza too. So yeah, I was really trying to flush it right down the toilet and just go right back to my old ways. But right in the middle of it, I was like, what am I doing? And I had to go do something else. I was not gonna let this person ruin everything that I have tried so hard for the last 3 months to destroy. I mean, one day tolerating that person should not ruin everything. And I was just determined at that point that if that person is that toxic to me and that triggering to me, then family is just gonna have to realize that I'm not going to attend these things, and I'm gonna have to put boundaries. Gonna have to. There is no other way. I'm gonna have to set some boundaries. Say, I know I don't want you to have to choose between 2 people at an event, so I will make it for you. If they want to invite that person, then they can. And it's not going to bother me, and I'm not going to make them have to choose. I'm just going to say, okay, but be mine. Don't ask me, because this is just the way it is. I have to work on me, and I have to work on these feelings. And if I'm going to be that destructive with myself being around that person, then I'm going to have to cut that person out. And I realized that it really, really does bother me a lot more than I wanted to admit. I have done a lot better since I cut that said person out of my life, but those things are still there. So I'm to the point where I'm going to pony up and probably go see a counselor about it, because there's things I'm going to have to work through on that. And I'm hoping if I work through them, then they will be so much easier to, so when these things happen in the future, then I'm going to be able to handle them so much better, and I'm going to be a better person for it, mentally. But that is what happened, and I'm really proud that that it dawned on me, and I didn't just be like, oh well, I've already ruined it with these 2 pieces, so might as well just keep going. I'm really glad I didn't do that. That is the one thing I'm really proud of myself on. I realized I had a problem, I realized what I was doing, and I snapped out of it, and I did something to actively change the situation to get myself out of it so that I didn't do that. And that's the one thing I was really proud of. Yes, it didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted. Yes, it was sort of a failure, but there were successes in it, and those successes were a lot better for just a first time dealing with an issue when you're trying to remake yourself, and the first time dealing with something like that when you just kind of swept it around, swept it under the rug, and now you're forced to deal with it. I was real proud of myself, and I really hope that next time, if there is a next time, that I will do even better next time, because I don't want to keep doing the same destructive patterns. And now that I know I can just get up, do something else, whatever it is, touch grass, find peace, go to church, take a dance lesson, go kickboxing, go to the gym, go for a walk, go for a run, anything that I can think of that would be more constructive than the bad choices that I'm in. That's how I'm going to start handling it from now on, because that really does so much better than just sitting there going, well, I already ruined it, might as well just keep going. So that was this week. That's what happened. That's the story. And I really hope you guys got some motivation out of this. I hope that this was inspiring to at least somebody, or was informative, something. Because the whole purpose of me even bringing up my triggers or things that like that is to show that there are ways to do things that isn't self-destructive, and that was the whole purpose behind me bringing it up, is that there are these things, there are roadblocks in your life that come in, and how you deal with them is super important. And that was my main motivation in sharing this. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like. I hope you subscribe. I hope you obliterate that bell reminder, because it really helps me out, helps my videos out, and I'm really trying to grow. So if I could just press like, I would really appreciate it. Love you all. See you next week, and have a great week. Get moving.